Hey, what's up, Black America? It's your girl, Deya Direct, right here on Girlfriend FM. You know, where we talk about all the things that women are feeling and dealing with the most. And I am so happy to be joined by my girlfriend today, Miss Valorie Burton, who is a coach to us all on how to do better, live better, think better, feel better. And I'm sure you've seen Valorie everywhere, including on CNN. But you haven't seen her on Girlfriend FM, where we do it differently. Okay, so here we go. Valorie, what's up, girl? How you doing?
Hey, Deya. So good to see you.
It's good to see you and to Skype with you and to do it, for Women's History Month, where we, of course, we celebrate ourselves on a daily basis.
Yeah.
And you have a book out that I'm reading and enjoying, and I want to be able to share it with my audience, called Successful Women Think Differently: 9 Habits to Make You Happier, Healthier, and More Resilient. So, I really want to get all up into this. But why did you write this book? Why now? And how does it apply to your own life?
Well, I wrote the book out of a lot of stuff I had learned. I think that we should always be learning all throughout life. And I went back to school several years ago to study a subject called positive psychology, and discovered all this research around what makes us happier, what makes us more resilient, what helps us tap into our strengths. And I realized, particularly as women, it's kind of sad to say women are struggling a bit with their happiness levels.
Yes.
And in many ways, a lot of women feel very guilty about that pull between work and home, and they're just issues that we deal with that men don't always have to deal with to the same degree. And so I thought a book particularly about how successful women think differently, because successful women really do think differently. When they face adversity, when they face stress, when they face opportunity, they say something different to themselves than the average woman. And I thought it was really important to talk about what that looks like, because sometimes we look at successful people in a particular area and we think, oh, I can just do what she did.
Right.
But it's not just about doing what she did. It's about how did she think about her circumstances.
See, that's really good, because generally when people think of success, we narrow it down to socioeconomic, and if you do just that, there's so many women who have position, who have title, who have money and things and accoutrements, but are deep down depressed. In fact, just the journey of trying to get that often leaves, so many of our peers, not having successful personal relationships, not necessarily fulfilling their biological desires to have a family. And so you attain to a point, and then it's like, okay, I've gathered all this for what? You want to be able to share your life in a significant way that may mean new things for you.
Yeah. Yeah, when I talk about success, that's the first word in the book, I define it. And I want you to define it for yourself. I think a lot of times we look at what's going on out in the culture, what society says success looks like, which a lot of times is the external. How much money do you make? What's your job title? What's your house or your car look like? That stuff doesn't bring you fulfillment.
Right.
And so I define it as this harmony of purpose. Are you doing what you're called to do with your life? Of resilience. Are you able to bounce back from setbacks and adversity, because they're going to happen? And joy. Do you enjoy your life? Do you laugh? Are you having fun? Are you savoring moments with the people who really matter? That's what real success is. When you get to the end of your life, you're not going to be worried about, how much money was in your bank account and did you get that last promotion, but you are going to be concerned about your relationships and how you spent your time on this earth.
So I want to talk to you about some of these habits. You have 9 here,
yes.
or 7. Is it 7?
9.
It's 9. Yeah. Sorry.
You're right the first time.
but that's what we do. We're right, and then we question ourselves.
You're so
That's
right.
natural. I mean, it really is. Do you know how many times? Do you know how many times I've been right the first time? And then, you let the wrong person get in your ear, and you be like, well, didn't I say that 3 years ago? Didn't I already know that in my spirit before I went all the way down this crazy journey? See? Oh, my goodness. Okay, I digress.
That's the 10th habit in the book.
Yes, I digress. I'm sorry, I got a little caught up. But this is one that I really find intriguing, which is habit 3. And you say, stop trying to fix your weaknesses.
Yes.
You say, why should why you should stop obsessing about what's wrong with you and start building on what's right. Talk to me, girl.
That's right. Yeah. Okay, so as women in particular, we are bombarded with images of who we're supposed to be, what we're supposed to look like, what we're supposed to do. And when we don't measure up, we can beat ourselves up over those weaknesses. And it's unfortunate because all of us have strengths. You know, you have strengths, things that come to you naturally, you're good at. You can do them the way you can do them. If I tried to do them, it would be a struggle.
Right.
And so there's no need for me to try to make myself do something I'm not designed to do. When you're faced with a challenge, when you're blessed with an opportunity, always ask, what are my strengths and how can I approach this from a place of my strengths? And one of the best ways to figure out what makes you strong is to ask yourself, you know, when was the last time I was at my best, whether it was in a relationship or reaching a financial goal or a career goal, and then look at what was in place when I did that empowered me to succeed, and then you start building on that. Do more of that. A lot of times we don't notice what it is that causes us to succeed, but when we do, we can try to replicate that and have far more success building on our strengths rather than trying to fix our weakness.
So why are women far more likely than men to beat ourselves up for the areas in which we're weak? Why do we do that?
Wow. You know, I think a lot of times we are just highly critical of ourselves. I think that there are a lot of expectations on us as women in terms of what we're supposed to do. So take, for example, the single woman who doesn't have any children. If you took a single man and a single woman who don't have children, let's say they're in their early 30s, and you went to the guy's house, and his house was a mess, he didn't have any food in the refrigerator,
right.
What would they say? They say, oh, he's just a bachelor, he's just a guy, you know what, he needs a wife.
Right.
But if you took the same female and you went to her house and it was a mess, and she didn't have any food in the fridge, and you know, she's working just as hard as the guy. That's not what they say. The expectation is that she should be the domestic goddess. She should have it all together. She's not thinking about the right things.
And they would say she's not marriage material. That's the irony of that.
That's right. And so women, just a lot of times, we have more pressure on us to excel, not just at work, but at home, in our communities. And I think we beat ourselves up when we don't measure up to those standards.
You know what? When we come back, I want to talk to you about another habit that you speak of, which is building your muscle of self-control. Yes, girl. There's so many places we can go with that. All right. We're here with Valorie Burton. I'm your girl, Deya Direct, right here on Girlfriend FM. I will be right back. Make sure you come back, too.